Good morning. Happy Tuesday. So I wanted to pop on and give you 5 tips. I've been starting to do that on Tuesdays. I saw somebody doing tips on something completely different, and it was just like, because all week that's what I'm doing with my clients, via text, via phone call, Zoom, having a conversation. And there are things that can help you, like nail a healthy habit, try something different, 1% better, I also wanted to mention that I will be doing a chat tomorrow night at about 8:30, and it'll be through Facebook, it'll be through the groups. So I put the post for the event in this post. I also wanted to mention that this is my personal Facebook, but I do have a group. I actually have 2 groups that I'm going to be gearing up the second one this coming month also. The first group that I have is Real Food, Real Fitness, Real People. And there I post daily and weekly on topics about intermittent fasting, plant-based eating, how to eat clean, different meals that I have. I want to make those groups more of like a back and forth. So part of what I'm learning to do is learning how to run a better group, right? And as I learn to run a better group, I get more people coming in. So at this point, I'm having like 100 people a week, which is awesome. And 1% better, that's all, I think that's a few percent, so I'm good. The other group that I have is a 30-day challenge group. And 30 days has been one of those things where I'm like, oh, it's 30 days. And what happens, you read all these things, and well, what happens after 30 days? It's almost like you're, depriving yourself, and now you can have it again, right? But what if you did it 30, 60, 90 days, right? By 90 days, it's a new routine, it's a new habit. I mean, if you look at like COVID, right? It's changed our world. It's changed your day, it's changed your mindset, it's changed it quickly for a lot of people all at once. And so we can change our mindset little bits and make big change. And to me, that's what I think this is all about. So I wanted to mention the group. I'm looking at my notes. In the group yesterday, I posted about meditation. And this past week was kind of stressful for me. And it was one of those things where I leaned more on meditation and even just poking around on YouTube to find maybe something on deep breathing. And then I posted this, and I got so many people with so many different ideas and advice. And then I posted it in a few different groups that I'm involved in, and then I got more, which was awesome. So I'm looking to kind of step up my game on the meditation part. And here's where it started for me. With meditation, I was listening to a book that turned into another book. It was called 15 Secrets of Task Management, talking about the book called Miracle Morning. And Miracle Morning was about doing these different activities in the morning, and if you do them, you'll have a better, more productive day. You use your time differently. It made sense, So I already stretched. So check, I did exercise, and as I was running through or adding these little habits during the mornings, I was making them mine, I do a theme song, and to me, I got a theme song that was a song that meant something very much to me, Live Like a Warrior. And only a year or so ago, I'm sitting in a conference, and this 20-something-year-old standing in front of this this whole group of hundreds of people referring back to this song and start singing it, and you're like, yeah, I think I'm getting a theme song. And, you know, sometimes I think about that because, you know, life changes and you go different directions and, you know, I think to me, having a theme song, taking care of yourself, having that time in the morning is huge. And I'm sitting, working out with a client one-on-one on Zoom, and she's been with me for, I don't know, over a year. She has dealt with cancer right before that. Her husband passed away from cancer before that. And she lost 40 plus pounds with me. And then we maintained working out. We maintained working out through COVID. And she asked, you know, I really want some more help. Can we fine tune some things? Sure, you know, that's what I'm here. So she started going back to some meditation that she kind of was doing a year or so, or half a year ago, whatever. And she said to me, I woke up a half an hour early this morning. I was like, yeah, all right, you know, so it's like, you can see that 1%, 1%, 1%. And I said to her, you know, a year ago, you were here, you know, we were working out, and she had to like lift her arm because she had breast cancer and she had shoulder issues, and we had to lift her arm and move it to do push-ups or to do anything. And there she is on Zoom this morning, you know, pumping them out. And it was just like, hey, remember I said 1%, you know, you're losing weight, you're getting stronger, you're eating better, you're doing it for yourself. And there she is kind of going back at it and doing it again. So the meditation for me has been, I add more, you know, like even COVID, the day that it was like, oh crap, the world is changing. I was like, all right, I'm meditating in the morning. I'm going to try starting meditating at night before bed, so maybe I sleep. And I started doing that, and I started sleeping. And it was like, all right. So I kept telling my clients, you know, you tell me you have problems sleeping. Would you put some kind of music on or meditation or something? You know, keep a journal by your bed so you write it down so you get it out of your head. You know, these are tips. And that reminds me, I should probably talk about those and not keep going on and on. But, and my nice classes are upstairs, so you don't look at these silly things. All right, so, experiment with food. I got that, and I also am sitting here with the box from Misfit Market. So, experiment with food. For me, I guess this is a good time to do it all. When I was like trying to get more fruits and vegetables or trying to eat differently for myself and for my family, I would stand in the produce and look around, and all of a sudden I started noticing. It was there before, I just never noticed it. Weird looking fruits and vegetables, strange things that maybe I'm not used to. Is it organic? You know, all those things are going to be part of the factor. But I would start bringing it home, cutting up, you know, kiwis. I knew what kiwis were, but I never really put them down at the table. Or mangoes, or, you know, just different things. And my kids were eating it up. And I was just like, And you go for even weirder, stranger. Maybe what can I do with, to me at that time, butternut squash? Or, you know, what is that dragon fruit thing, you know? And I mean, it's not like, you know, you go and you're like, oh, I'm going to add dragon fruits in my diet every week. But you tried it, you made the kids try it, you know. It's better than the, you know, chicken and waffle flavored Lay's potato chip, in my opinion. You know, it's bringing something better to the table for your family. So, when Misfit Market came around too, it was one of those things where it was like, you know, scrolling through Facebook, and it was like, what do you mean deliver organic, you know, fruits and vegetables to your house? And it was before COVID, and when it started coming to me, what was interesting was it came in different boxes each time, and I think it's backwards still because I never pressed the flip button, but and now they have little pamphlets. It's backwards for you, but fun with fungi. I'm not a mushroom person, but this definitely will tonight will be my reading for one morning. So I'll know stuff about it. Maybe I'll try it. I shouldn't say I'm not. I just really haven't experienced it all that much. So it consists of just a bag of ice now. It had more packaging before, a little cardboard. I don't know why. Also, it's with this, right? And then, but it starts to come out. So this is rainbow shark. All right, I guess I was supposed to get this last week, but I got it this week. Ooh, where am I putting it? I'll put it over here. Tomatoes, organic. So what what was pretty cool about this was at first you couldn't even pick what you wanted; it just came to you. And I really kind of like that because it made me sit there in the kitchen and like figure out what the hell it was in the box. Parsley, I believe this is a pear. It's a funny looking pear, but that's the kind of idea behind this. Is they're organic fruits and vegetables. I think my bill gets charged $26 a week, and that's shipped. And for me, I think that this is worth it. Having it shipped to my house in the middle of the week so I don't have to go back out to a store. Cucumber. Apples. Oh, there is the tiniest looking pomegranates. I don't even know. Check these things out. If you don't know, on them there's labels. I can't read it. But it should be, I believe, a 9, because that means it's organic. It's a 3, I don't remember. Oh no, that's an 8. It's an 8 or a 9. All right. Phew. And then more onions. Throw some potatoes in there, and then 4 limes. Whoop. Limes at the bottom. So, tip 1 is try something new. In my opinion, instead of making it like the newest processed food thing out there, maybe try something or introduce your kids to something different, you know. Second, not counting, I know this by heart, but you know, trying to keep it to a rhythm. Not counting calories, looking at ingredients. When people start with me, one of the first things they usually say is, but nuts, that's crazy calories. I'm like, I don't even know how many calories are in it. I don't look, I cover up the nutritional fat crap, because if it's real food in the ingredients, all that other stuff doesn't matter. If you're eating real ingredients, you're gonna be okay. And if they're organic and they're non-GMO, in my opinion, and from what I see, and with the clients that I work with, they're healthier quicker. When you do see that there is scientific fact, you know, that fasting and clean eating and plant-based diets are all healthy for you, to me, and it doesn't mean you have to do all of it tomorrow, but work towards it, no? I mean, in my opinion, that's at least what I'm trying to do for myself as I get into my late 40s, early 50s, you know, birthday coming in the next few months, and you're like, you know, you just keep doing it. You just keep doing it. The idea of people eat because it's routine. You know, well, I wake up and at 6 o'clock I have this, and then at 11 o'clock I have that. You know, when you're trying to fast or reduce your meals, right? And fasting is in a window so that your body goes into ketosis. But reducing your meals in the end is still going to help. The mindset of eating because I have to eat breakfast, lunch, dinner. Oh, I'm told I have to have, 8 meals, I don't believe that stuff, and the people that come to me and they're like, well, this is what my nutritionist said, and this is what I'm supposed to, here's my meal plans, and I don't do meal plans, because I feel like I don't eat what you eat, people must love mushrooms. I just don't like them squishy in my mouth, like, they don't do it for me. So, it's one of those things where I can't tell you what to eat, but if you eat a clean version of it, it's working. And it's working for my clients, and the cleaner you eat, closer, and it doesn't have to be expensive. Organic food, if you eat processed organic food, it's going to be expensive. But if you eat ingredients that are organic and real, it's not expensive. Water. One of the tips for water is if you have a water bottle that you use all the time, maybe not like this kind where, although I watched my son pour, filtered water back in, and I was like, all right. These are hardy things, and I don't know why they need to be so hardy. But the pH water I'm kind of playing around with. But the water bottles, if you take rubber bands, like let's say you want to have 8 water bottles, and you just use those silly little tiny rubber bands, and you push one up every time you drink a bottle of water, you're going to get, you'll see in a day how many, and it'll remind you through the day to drink more. Just a tip. Another tip that I don't like the idea of it is like once you go and use the bathroom, drink water. It's like, it just doesn't seem right to me. But, and I think that was 4, 5. Grazing. I call it grazing, but when you go in the kitchen and you're like looking around and poking in and you could either grab a bowl or a big dish, or you could grab a handful of something, or a teacup of something, or a dessert plate of something, or a napkin full of something, right? It's just more like, we don't even think sometimes about filling the plate, right? But if you just start using less, using your palm, or using one of those smaller Ziplocs, even that to me, that's more than a palm, a handful. But either way, if you're mindful of it and you start being aware of it, you'll do it more. So those are the tips for today, Tuesday. And again, tomorrow I'm going to be doing a chat. In the past, I had clients come here for like a meet and greet, bring a friend, and people kept bringing friends right before COVID, and then it all whoop. So now I've been having it, I had once on Zoom. I noticed doing it through Facebook, these new rooms where you go to the event and then you press join here at the time. It seemed to work better last time, and more people joined in, which was cool. And then people asked me, well, can you do it this day or that day or this? And I was like, all right, listen, I'm going to do it so that I put a few in, maybe 2 or 3 during a week to 2 weeks, and different times, different days, and see what works for people. And I figure it's just a space to this is how it's been. I want to hear your journey if you care to share it. If you have questions, I will answer it. I will tell you my story in depth a little bit more. And you can hear some of the journeys of my clients, and it's just a conversation. We can all learn something, and like I said, it's being mindful and continuing to learn, in my opinion, that makes change. So I hope that you have a great Tuesday, and